Greetings again. This is part two of the video of the early days and how to the early days of recovery and how to stay sober. I'm just passing on my experience. I'm sorry I got cut off in the last video, but for some reason it won't allow me to go over 15 minutes. Although I've tried to verify my account, but it just won't let me for some reason. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'm just saying that So I start my day with a really good breakfast, a smoothie of some sort and some fruit after I've had an hour later after my lemon. I only drink green tea or chamomile tea. So I drink green tea during the day, which is full of polyphenols. Try that. Brilliant for your brain and for mood and antioxidants and losing weight and many other benefits. And chamomile tea after sort of 5 o'clock. Don't have any caffeine after sort of 5 o'clock, obviously for insomnia. I say meditation, qigong, and affirmations after are done. Get out and exercise. Now the thing is, when you're in early recovery as well, the great things to do. And again, you're not going to feel like this for the first. It's small steps all the time forwards. So you've got you've got your supplementation and your nutrition. You've started to do a bit of exercise. You're starting to get out. You're starting maybe to do some stretching and at home, or some affirmations or meditation or whatever it is. So you're feeling a bit more confident maybe. Then now maybe a few weeks on, or it's time to start some new interests, some new hobbies. You've got to start rebuilding yourself, because it's no good staying in the same old rut that you were in when you were in addiction, or just shut away and not doing anything. So you need to, again, it's all about making good choices. You've got to keep saying this to yourself: I make good choices, and chip away slowly. So for me, anyway, I wanted to learn Spanish, which I've been lazy since I've been over here. Not learned it, downloaded a course, so I'm learning Spanish. I'm also doing a class of Krav Maga, which is a self-defense class. All new interests, but at the same time as I'm doing that, I'm getting out and I'm meeting new people. And also at the gym, I'm meeting new people. I never used to go there. I'm just giving you examples from me. But as you get out and about and perhaps look for new hobbies or new interests, you start to meet new people, and they're attracted to you by your positivity, hopefully, and your attitude, which will improve on a sort of daily basis as long as you keep up. I'm not saying that you're going to have bad days. Of course, you're going to have bad days. I'm not. I had some shit days, but it's about getting through those days. Um, in the early days, the first four weeks, as a lot of you know, and onwards, probably up to the first 3 months when it got sort of getting easier for me, you're going to get those cravings coming into your head. You're going to want to wallow in self pity and depression. You might think you're failing. You might think you're not getting anywhere. You're treading water. Depression starts to come in. You might stop the diet and the exercise for a week or a few days or whatever. Like, you might start to get into a funk. As soon as you start to get into this funk, I've got a sort of a plan now that I use. It's really successful for me. You've got to change your mental state very quickly. So you've got to take five to 15 minutes out when you've got this negativity coming through, or these cravings, or these associations, or this depression, or this. Instead of wallowing in pity, you've got to change the energy. You've got to pause. It's all about pausing and not letting your brain continue in that cycle. Change your energy. So changing that energy could mean anything for anyone. For me, just going for a walk in the fresh air changes my energy. Doing some exercise changes my energy. Eating some healthy food, or preparing and eating some healthy food, changes my energy. Listening to some music changes my energy. Reading a book changes my energy. But you've got to recognize the signals in your head. You've got to recognize these cravings or these associations, whatever they may be, because it might be an association. The thing is to avoid triggers anyway, so avoid, the only social media I'm on now is support groups, such as there's one I'm on, Get Clean or Die. It's quite radical. There's a lot of members, great support. Onwards and Upwards, and Alcohol One, and Team Sober UK and Alcohol One. You have to get invites into all private groups, Never Alone group and the recovery family I'm in. But there's fantastic support to be had. So you can change your energy by talking to people on there as well. Get all the other shit off your phone and your devices. It's great to watch motivational YouTube videos and stuff like that. Yes, I agree, but don't get sucked into the negativity. Sometimes it's on Facebook and all that sort of stuff. So I know there's Twitter and social media and stuff. It'll just get you down. And also make sure you delete all those negative contacts off your phone. People that you associate with drink and drugs. It could be dealers. It could be people who are not going to support you in your sobriety and try and tempt you to come out and drink with them or take drugs with them or whatever. Get them off your phone. Fuck them off and start afresh. So yeah, new interests, new hobbies, changing energies, pause. When you've got these thoughts coming in, get rid of associations. So chemist for me was the biggest, because over here I was buying tramadol, as you probably know from previous videos, over the counter. Don't go there for a good while, until you feel confident you can just go in and buy some whatever you want, vitamins or the stuff you're supposed to be going in there to buy, which is what I do now. I'll go in there and buy vitamins, and that's my association. The shop I bought my alcohol from, I didn't go in there for ages. So I went to different shops and saw different people, different friends, different environments. Nothing to associate me with my previous life. It's all about reprogramming your brain, and stopping those associations. But when you get these cravings and thoughts and desires and depression and funk, whatever you want to call it, brain shit going on, pause and change the energy. Just remember that. Pause. Take 5 minutes, take 15 minutes, change the energy. However you do it, whatever works for you, change it. And you'll find that those thoughts will just go. And after 3 months of generally of sobriety, was for me anyway, I'm just passing my experience on, it stopped happening. And those thoughts, associations, whatever you want to call them, cravings, whatever you want to call them, gone. And I can't even remember the last time I had a craving. And I was a serious alcoholic and addict, 35 years, serious. And it's just gone, because I've followed this plan. But you've got to follow it religiously. Like I've said before, small steps. It's no good thinking this is going to work overnight, because it doesn't. You can't just do it for a short time. I'll stress on you 1,000,000,000%. Just bear with me a second. Oh yeah, I've said that, marathon, not a sprint. And don't forget, people are attracted to positivity, so try and make people, smile at them, just say hello to people, just generally, be upbeat and more positive when you get out and about, when you should be getting out and about. It's there for you. It's there for anybody, and but it's easy to, and don't feel guilty if you slip. If you fall off this, if you relapse, don't just get back on again and do the whole thing over and over again and keep going until you get it, because eventually you will get it if you want it badly enough. But you've got to want it with all your heart. You've got to want it more than anything else in the world to keep up this routine, because it's not for everybody. And yes, it doesn't matter if you have a lazy day, but your routine's your routine, and eventually it becomes pleasurable in as much as you enjoy eating healthily, you enjoy exercising, you enjoy being out in the fresh air, you enjoy your hobbies, your new life, because it is a new life. It's like I liken it to being reborn, and it is like being reborn. I'm happier, more positive, and healthier than I've ever been in my life, and you can have it. You may not think so at the moment. You may be relapsed, you may be in a fit of despair, depression, hate yourself, think that you're unattractive, think that you can never see your way out this bottom of the pit. You've got no friends. You're lonely. You could be thinking all that. And I stress on you, 9 months ago, it's exactly how I was thinking. Exactly how I was thinking. And now it's a complete 360 degrees. And I'm not on here to, I want to share this with you, because as I say, I was a serious addict without the risk of repeating myself, But yes, and I do get black moods, but I deal with them now, and it's very rare, very few and far between. Please try this anyway, or some elements of it, because you'll find that it will work. But I've got a small. Martin Luther King once said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forwards." And that's sort of my mentality now. You know, and it's small steps. And I said success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in, day out. And my old mate Winston, and I've said this in previous videos, one of his most famous quotes: if you're going through hell, then keep going, because at the other side of it is heaven. Trust me. So, however you are, whatever your circumstances, however you're feeling, please take something out of this video. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button, because I want to continue doing these. I'll probably do fewer and fewer as I go along, but this has been a big help as well, and that's something else that perhaps you could explore, writing a blog or doing one of these, because even if no one watches, it helps you to talk these things through and get them out in the open. So until the next video, thank you for listening to me. I send much love to you all. Aaron Olson, if you watch this video, good luck to you in rehabilitation that you're going to. Missed you loads, man. I can't wait to talk to you again. I love you lots. Craig J. Davis, keep your chin up, man, and take something out of this video if you can, because I know you can do it. You're a very smart, intelligent, and humorous, talented young man who can go a long way. You know, you just need to stay on the path and keep fighting. So, thank you for listening to me. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Until next time, carpe diem. Seize the day. If you're struggling, just hold on. It will get better. Stay strong. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.